IVM.
Hey guys, even though Elon Musk is trying to turn everyone into robots, you'll be happy to know that very real human beings work at IVM Podcast, and some of them are even cool. How do I know? Well, listen to their own podcast, IVM Likes, where they recommend what they are listening to, watching, or reading. Catch IVM Likes every Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. And may I recommend the IVM Podcasts app.
Hello and welcome to the Geek Bulletin. In our vast journey through the cosmos, we are surrounded by matter and antimatter. And similarly, on this show, we discuss news and not news. And when news and not news meet, they collide and create the Geek Bulletin.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something about like how the universe is made of things that are like matter and antimatter.
Mm-hmm. That's literally what I said.
Yeah, I know, but I thought you were going to end it with like, here we talk about things that matter.
And don't matter?
Yes.
Oh my god, that is way better. You should do this next time, Tejas. I don't know why I have to come up with a new thing every time.
I was like, oh wow, this is good. And then it just didn't happen. I was just like, oh.
God damn it. I just wanted to work on news and not news catchphrase in there.
I know, you did it also.
It's the news
you did your
not
job,
news.
you know.
I did my job.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's all I can do.
Okay.
So, speaking of news/not news,
yeah.
You saw this Dora the Explorer trailer.
I did, man. Oh my gosh.
What do you think?
What the hell is that?
It's a bit of an uncanny valley scene, but with humans?
You know what and it did say it on the tin, it's such a Nickelodeon movie, because Dora is a Nickelodeon character,
Yeah.
but like even the look and feel is like Legend of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
You know, the text, the fun. I mean, obviously it's a kids movie, so I don't want to be like, where's the dark, gritty Dora remake that we need?
But also, it's not like a complete kids movie. Like she's
It
a high schooler, I suppose.
It seems like a very like PG movie. That's it.
Correct. It
Yeah.
seems like a movie for 14-year-olds and not like 7 or 8-year-olds who would have been
Tell
the
me
actual
one thing.
Dora the Explorer's
How
target audience.
old is Dora the Explorer in the cartoon?
She must be like 5 or 6, no?
That's it. No, she's not 5 or 6. Man.
She's clearly super tiny.
But she speaks full sentences and has cohesive thoughts and asks people
No,
questions.
she can't figure out stuff half the time, so she keeps relying on the people watching for
No,
help.
she's
like,
a-
there's a banana on screen and she's like, where's the banana? Do you see the banana? Yes, it's there.
So,
and
one
it takes her
second,
that long to figure out where the banana is. Come on, man.
Okay, point is that you are helping her, but she's a kid. I'm
Yeah.
saying...
I was pretty sure she was like a preschooler type.
She must be... For me, at least, for what I remember, she's like maybe 9, 10 years old. How old is this Dora the Explorer?
She's clearly high school age at least,
High
right?
school, right?
Yeah, she must be like 15, 16.
Yeah, because I was just like, is this like a Bollywood situation where she's like trying to play somebody like 10 years younger, which is 5?
Right.
But she's like dressed like Dora the Explorer, but like it's like a weird Tomb Raider-y, but still a kid.
Strange
Something
one.
weird
But
about
okay,
the
let's
tone.
not compare it to the source material. the prestigious source material.
The show was better, yeah. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But it has a Michael Peña
Suppose
in
this
it.
was just a regular PG-13 movie that we saw the trailer for. Would we be interested? Like,
You know, I would say
Jumanji
this.
last year or 2 years
Exactly.
ago was exactly like this, right? Took some source
kind
material
of.
and like completely flipped the game.
Okay, I'll say this.
Made
I'm
about adults in the place of children.
but playing children.
Playing children.
Correct.
In
So
theory.
I'm a big fan of like watching children's content. Like I watch a lot of young, like, you know, cartoons for kids and stuff. I don't know why. I've kind of thought about this my entire life, why I watch cartoons, and I'm not like refuse to kind of go into much like more hardcore level
I think you
of-
can do both.
You
but yeah.
can do both. I kind of still watch a lot of cartoons. I think it's because of anxiety. Honestly, that's just like my
Yeah.
thing, is just that these things don't ever give me anxiety, and I love it. And they're all great, and it's fine. It's
true.
So similarly, I would be inclined to watch movies like this any given point of time. Like I watch Christopher Robin,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
love those.
Paddington. Amazing films. No anxiety. It's great.
Is this like...
But this movie, it didn't feel... Maybe I'm just judging it by the trailer then.
Yeah, maybe we haven't seen it yet. There's
Well,
like,
maybe. We haven't.
yeah.
But there was something weird
True.
about the tone. I don't know.
Right?
think
It
we
seems
need to nail
slightly
it.
odd. Like so the story is that she's kind of like a...
She's from the Amazon or whatever. She's from like
and her parents like leave her
there.
to her own devices.
But then they decide that she needs to go to a regular high school, and it's kind
Right,
of like
okay.
a Mean Girls,
Like Mean Girls, okay, fine.
situation. Yeah.
Except she doesn't meet Kevin Knappur. It's
Correct, you're right.
That's his name.
And yeah, I think that's
Kevin
that's
G.
and that's not a bad estimation of what.
Michael Pena, like, he makes a joke about her being invited to a rave.
Yeah.
Which is so weird, but also
weird.
pretty funny. He nails
Is
it.
it also because man, I have to think about it. When we were in high school, things were a lot different, man.
We didn't have raves.
No, it's not. It's not just that. It's just that I keep saying that we had such a amazing experience growing up in a time before the height of social media and like digital so we were in that, whatever, as Warren calls, the last analog generation, but at the same time we've had one foot in it now as adults.
True.
But because of that, our high school experience is far removed from anything anybody's going through right now. Very far. As opposed to 10 years from now, it won't be as different, you think?
I don't know. Who knows, man? Like,
That's true.
you couldn't have anticipated the changes that would happen, right? There was a point where cameras coming into mobile phones was a big deal.
Man, I remember I had a Nokia
Without a camera,
a 7210, my first one with a camera.
Oh.
Jesus, it was all of 0.5 megapixel or whatever, but that was enough
You'd have those
to blow my mind.
.3GP videos that would be
Crazy.
Yeah, so, and now we use our phones for literally everything, so you can't predict. Maybe
Yeah, but
there
I'm
won't be
saying-
as much of a change in this technology.
Exactly,
But I
that's
think
what
new
I'm-
technology can come in that'll change the game.
I always feel like, I was reading this thing, there's this Elon Musk's biography by Ashley Vance, and they're talking about how most of technology has come to a standstill now because innovation is kind of done. Like we did like radio, television, whatever, the engine, blah, blah, blah. And now that we've reached the internet, innovation has vastly kind of, decreased. Yeah,
Right,
because in the last 10 years, we've done more than, the last 100 years has, things like that. But it's also kind of stopped innovation in such a way that we're only now making different forms within the same infrastructure, like apps or, things to make different, disrupt different kind of industries, things like that. But they're all within the same, we're still using ones and zeros, like to do that.
Yeah.
We're not inventing something far different from what we were. Like when the TV came out, it was like, whoa, holy shit.
My radio has pictures.
Yeah. And it killed the star of, murdered
radio,
someone. Yeah.
correct.
But here it's like, okay, cool. The next big technology is like just resolution is getting better or like the speed is getting better.
I think that's in these particular technologies,
Yeah.
yes, but I'm sure there's new technology that's being developed that we can't quite anticipate, like carbon nanotubes, for example. Who
Okay,
knows
cool.
what they'll
Or
nail.
like, fair
Yeah,
enough.
like physical stuff like that, or VR, maybe that's a thing.
I think we're still...
AI is really close to figuring out how to do artificial general intelligence.
Yeah,
which-
because I was just watching this thing with with Bill Gates, and he's just like, man, we're at such a point where AI is so dumb. Computers are so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like they can do one niche thing, all right.
Yeah.
Which I found like to be absolutely
Which is
true.
what most AI is, right?
Yeah, so
That's-
I'm just thinking that in 10 years, will it be as different as it was for 10 years from the time we were in high school?
Maybe not in computers, but maybe in something else. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Yeah. My point is Dora is going through something we don't understand, dog.
That's true. We shouldn't
Yeah.
judge her.
Yeah,
I wasn't judging her anyway.
Yeah,
Except
no, we were not judging her.
Yeah.
We love Dora.
I think she's gone from a pretty clueless kid who couldn't even find the banana to
Going for raves.
Going to raves. Michael Pereira's her dad now, I guess.
What's going on?
It's cool. Isn't there some big name cast who's also the villain?
Man, I'm...
Was it Benicio del Toro?
Yes, yeah,
Right?
yeah, right. I was thinking Mark Strong for some
Stacked
reason.
cast, huh?
Yeah. Dude, only the best for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
Do you remember the movie Three Ninjas?
Strike Kickback?
There were multiple.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
an entire franchise.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
starts
yeah.
with
The
Three Ninjas. Then
Nickelodeon?
there's... It wasn't a Nickelodeon one?
think
That's
it
what I
feels
want to
like.
ask. It was three brothers who were all ninjas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. The last Nickelodeon film I saw was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, which was fine as a film.
What is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
You know,
Out of
Ninja
Shadows?
Turtles is owned by Nickelodeon right now. They bought
Okay.
them in the early 2000 or late 2000s.
Is it an
somewhere.
existing property? Is there like a
Ninja
show
Turtles?
that's on or something?
Yeah. So there's an animated show now that's on. But actually, now that we're talking about it, there's a new release imminent Batman and the Ninja Turtles. The animated.
Yes. What is up with that? Who's
So they
making
have
it
met-
and how has it worked?
So the comics has a precedent for like Batman has done many crossovers with like one is with aliens and predators, and one is with the Ninja Turtles. And because they both have this kind
Famously
of slightly
so,
dark. I mean, not dark, but like the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic book was incredibly dark,
violent,
and then the TV show which came on in the 90s.
It was incredibly dark. Also pictorially, it was like those black and white.
Black
really
and white, And the 90s TV show, as we all know and love, kind of changed that and made it very cute and funny and well, not cute, but like cool and
cool.
It was cool to be and the movies were based on that. Then Nickelodeon, radical. Yes, and they bought them over.
They were cool but crude, I would call them.
And some of them were party dudes. Okay, so they were bought over. They made a new TV show, and now they've made the movies, and now they're reading Batman.
But this
who's cool but broods.
They're both ninjas, so they have something to bond over.
This is what I have a contention. Okay, is Batman a ninja or is a samurai? Because in the movies, League of Shadows are ninjas.
Yeah.
But in the much loved animated series, the Batman the Animated Series, he's samurai. And he goes to Japan and there's an episode in the first early seasons where he goes to basically save his old sensei from this threat and stuff. Where he does the Unne Murai touch, which is the one touch kill
death thing,
or the 5-finger whatever death.
The 5-finger death punch.
Whatever, that's a band, right?
That's a what?
Isn't that a band?
It is a band, and also
it's a thing.
It's a thing. That's a thing
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill does it. Yeah.
No, so
but even Kill Bill, it's a reference to an old school thing.
Obviously, it has existed in some form of fashion.
The one death punch is the Batman thing.
Correct. So, and in that episode,
the one touch death, whatever.
The Unamari touch. Yeah. So basically, Batman says he tells Bruce, he's like, man, this guy's gonna kill you, dog, because he knows that Unamari touch, and he's like, cool, I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah. And all Batman does, this is amazing. Okay, he goes and fights him at the end. He's like, okay, cool, I need to figure out how he does it or whatever, and he has no reference for it. He goes, finally fights him at the end, and he does it to him. And it's like somewhere in his solar plexus or whatever. And he does it, and Batman, and he falls down. And he's just like, I've defeated your best student and everything. He's like, shit. Then he gets up and he kicks his ass. And he's just like, how did you know? He's just like, all he did was go to hit this guy's dojo, infiltrate it, and see on the mannequin where he had hit him the most. And that's it, just put a gun. And that's it.
So he's Batman, a detective.
He's a detective.
Neither a samurai nor a ninja.
He's the world's greatest detective. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. What is the distinction between a samurai and a ninja? I think a samurai should have a sword.
No. The ninjas were famously like...
I haven't seen no samurais without swords.
I always felt that the samurais were the good, like Jedis and Sith. That's what I always felt.
Oh, I thought historically speaking, samurais were basically knights.
Yeah, like honorable soldiers of war. Yeah,
so it's more of a title than a skill.
Correct. And the ninjas were the...
I could learn lance fighting tomorrow, but that doesn't make me a knight, correct?
I mean, if you did it tomorrow, we'd know.
I guess so.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Hold on, I'm just going to add it to my calendar. 11 to 3, become an ace lance fighter.
Lance fighter. Anyway, but...
A jouster. Like that famous Batman villain. Batman and the Jouster.
You'd have to adjust your schedule.
He keeps going like, why are you so serious? We're just having fun.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. This has been the Geek Fruit Bulletin.
Hey, Meghnad, do you know how to citizen?
Hey, Shreyas, do you know how to citizen?
Hey, Meghnad, do you know how to citizen?
Hey, Shreyas, let's just do a podcast about it.
Let's do a podcast about it. A podcast is called How to Citizen. In every episode, we get a new guest and discuss one chapter from the 8th grade civics textbook. Think about it as 3 friends revising before a test, and we go back to school. There's nostalgia, there's trauma, there are lunch breaks, there are favorite teachers, there are horrible teachers, there's everything.
So every Tuesday, we bring in a guest on the podcast and we ask them a very simple question. Do you know how to citizen?
Meghnad, I think the question is, do you know how to citizen?
But Shreyas, I'm asking you this question. Do you know how to citizen?
Family businesses get a bad rap. At one time, they were looked down on for getting rich, for being too ambitious. Today, they're still looked down on, but for not being ambitious enough. Not agile enough, not modern enough, too traditional in their mindset. The biggest brands and business houses in the country started out as humble family businesses. It's the way India has done business. Join Sonu Bhasin in conversation with stalwarts of Indian family businesses on the Inheritors podcast series by Bloomberg Quint. Discuss the highs and lows, the needs and pressure points of building a business legacy that spans generations.